Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is episode 280. Yeah, I got a special guest with me tonight. You know what I'm saying? She's the star of the hour, so, the camera's going to be on her, but, we just going to have fun. We just going to have a good episode, and make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, the 1804 Show, Chapter 2. And thank y'all for supporting me. But yeah, how about you introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Shawnee Brown. My name is Roshonda, but I prefer Shawnee. A lot of you all know me. I'm a twin here in this community, and I'm also a popular face here in this community. I do a lot of stuff with my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta. A church member, good parent, fun person to be around. So let's get into it.
Okay, so what's your occupation?
I am currently a case manager for Saginaw Psychological Services and Mental Health.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
Ooh. Hard work, buddy. It's hard.
Okay, so what made you get into that profession?
Well, I went to school and I got some degrees, and I just couldn't find anything in my field. I was always in child welfare, but I wanted to do more than what I could. So the child welfare that I was in was Wolverine, and then I went to Job Corps and worked with those at-risk kids. And I just really started paying a lot of attention to patterns and learning how the patterns kind of will prepare you for behaviors or responses with people. So I wanted to learn more about patterns, and I got off into psychology, and then I obtained a master's in psychology. And so soon after I did that, I had the interview at Saginaw Psych, and it fits my vision, my mission in life, and so I'm happy where I'm at. That's how I got there, and I hope I can go further than the case manager.
Oh man, that's impressive. Like, yeah, because, we really need more of you ladies and careers and stuff like that. Because nowadays, it's just a huge explosion of strippers and people who want to be OnlyFans models or video girls and stuff like that. And we really need more professionalism just out here, because it's a time for place for everything. And
I agree with that. I agree with that.
we grown, it'd be fun, sometimes we crack our jokes, but at the end of the day, it's like, we have responsibility.
Right.
We have people that we representing.
Right.
And
right.
it just, we have a lot of people who don't know how to turn it off sometimes. But that's good, though, because I went to Job Corps, too, so I can relate, like, them at-risk kids, because, man, like, it was, I had to fight every day, almost.
Yeah, Job Corps was a learning experience. They all are, but Job Corps, and I did it down in Carville, Louisiana.
Ooh,
so that culture completely was different down there.
Okay, yeah. I was in the one in St. Louis, Missouri, but it was like one of those moments where, like, it really molded me to who I am, because that was the first time I was away from family, and I wanted to go somewhere far, because I was here, but I just wanted to go somewhere far, so I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't go home so quickly.
Yeah.
And I completed, because I went there in September of 2010, and I completed it July of 2011.
Okay.
So I thank Job Corps, because it taught me a lot, because people, if you go there to goof off, then you'll come off
goofy.
Yeah, goofy, more goofy, because that was pretty much like your last chance, and you blew it, because second chances don't come every day, and I'm grateful for that experience, because I learned so much, not only about myself, but I learned a lot just from life experiences, because I realized that just a lot of us, black folks and shit, We just have the problem identifying when people actually are trying to help you. But we think like everybody's against us and stuff like that because we have this wall.
I think it's underlying triggers that people really don't want to address when you say we have a hard time identifying help. I can see that. I definitely can see both sides of how sometimes help is forced in a way to where I can only help you if I do it my way. A lot of people don't understand it. Help is not how you think it should be given. Help is what that person needs.
Yeah.
And if you're not in a position to help, truly to give that person what they need without your bias, then you're not the person to be helping at all. And that's big because a lot of people, don't take criticism very well or not open to advice of correcting something that they've been normed to do. So.
Oh, absolutely. And especially being myself, I'm a very sensitive person. So I have to really analyze what you're saying and analyze what your intentions are. Because can't listen to everybody's advice because everybody don't follow their own advice.
True.
And just like with this platform, like I learned to listen to people that's already doing it or that's successful in their field or just have take that extra leap of faith. But it's just everybody information or everybody's insight isn't for you or it won't work for you. But yeah, I wanted to get into more of your profession because the mental health part, we struggle with that in our communities and stuff. And I believe like majority of us have PTSD and don't even know it because we heard so many gunshots and stuff like that. Some of us being in shootouts and a whole bunch of stuff and just have nightmares, cold sweats and stuff like that. And people just think that comes from being like in the armed forces or in the military, but that comes with any type of traumatic experience.
Right.
And I know that you can't really go into further detail because I know it's confidential and stuff. But do you have like just any examples?
I mean, I see things at work, outside of work. I would definitely agree that the community struggles with addressing mental health because people feel like it's an attack on them if you point out a flaw. Or if you say you did that and I don't like that, it's, well, fuck you, you deal with it, I don't care. But like that's just not good quality relationship building skills. We brag out how, if I do something in error, then correct me and tell me so I can learn. And then when you get corrected so you can learn, you're ready to knuck and buck and fight. So it's like you got to pick a side. You got to be willing to be open to what you're saying instead of just saying stuff because it's trendy. If I say something to you, then let me know, then you shouldn't be expecting me in response to be ready to go upside your head because you let me know that I did something to offend you. Hopefully you expecting that we can sit down like adults and talk about it, but a lot of times it does not go that way because people are triggered and in their feelings and sometimes not even being true to themselves, like going like above and beyond than what's even necessary sometimes. So like I see it everywhere. Not even just at work. I see it at home, in the community, at church, in the store. It's wild.
Yeah. And it's very unnoticeable to people who's unfamiliar with like personality disorders.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff. Because people be oblivious unless they've been in situations like that. And I'm referring to narcissists and stuff. So just a lot of people are gravitate to toxicity these days. Like that's just the main ingredient when it comes to love to certain people. And that's when people get into bad situations because they're not easily detected by red flags and stuff, like, because we always just think that we can just change a person. We can't.
That's very true.
We can't.
That's very,
like,
no,
we lose.
We can't. I would say even with the red flags detection, like people are preyed upon as well. Mm-hmm. There are people that are just straight taking advantage of some people that may be like naive, or even somebody that's going through something and can be, appear to be very vulnerable. There's definitely people that picks up on that read. And I mean, are those red flags? For that person, yes, but for the predator, probably not. That's probably an easy fix for them, or a easy come up or whatever. But yeah, toxic seems to be celebrated a lot more sometimes than love is celebrated. The toxic is what gets the likes, and the toxic is what gets the gossip, and the stares and the popularity. And because some people ain't never felt that type of love ever, they think that's what that is. And oh my God, they see me, or oh my God, they know my name, or oh, they remember my name and my face. So they drawn to it like flies to a light. You know? And I think sometimes that's disturbing. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay, well, that's dope, and you as a woman, because we really need to start, I would say, like, as men and women, we really need to start, like, communicating, like, a whole lot better, because I think that it's a competition of who have it the worst, or who do this the most, and this and that, but we both struggle. We both have our, bad days, our good days too, but we are going through something, but it's just, certain people just don't feel like, oh, you won't never understand, or you would never walk in my shoes. But we don't have to walk in each other's shoes. We just need to understand, like, we both have to play our position. And it's just now people just rather bicker or rather compete instead of just going on a spiritual journey and actually understanding that, okay, I have it bad and you have it bad, but, like, let's just, try to work things out. Just try to make things become more sensible.
That could be a task. That could be a real task. I think a major thing about communication is people learning the art of disagreeing. Like, we ain't got to fall out because we have a disagreement. We ain't got to hate each other because we have a disagreement. Like, I got asked the question a few times at this point, like, how do you remain friends with some of your exes? Like the new one don't have a problem with that, or, like, what type of stuff you got going on? Like, and I always say, why we got to be ugly about it? Like, if we got together and we shared something and we had some longevity there, and unless it's like a danger to my life, or, like something serious, like, why we got to be ugly to separate? Everything comes full circle back all the time. We ain't got to be ugly. We didn't start ugly. Like, some people are just so fixated on following certain said stereotypes because, I seen that when I was a kid. So that's what you want as an adult? Like, right. And I know everything ain't, like, gonna be smooth sailing because people different all the time, but people give a lot of hype to the ugly about stuff, or, such and such and said, or we ain't together, or, she crazy or he crazy. Like, you knew that when you was with him all along.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if that's what you chose to roll and deal with, then that's what you chose to roll. But it ain't got to be ugly all the time. It's not necessary. But people don't want to understand that it's okay to disagree. You ain't got to like the fact that I like this or that you like that. And then I also hear a lot about, well, women always talk about men, or men always talk about women. Well, for the sake of things, I'm a woman. I can relate to women because I'm a woman.
Right.
So I can't relate to a man.
Right.
I don't know what it's like to be a man. I only have this notion in my mind what it's like to be a man, and more than likely that's wrong because it's pre-biased on a woman's thought on what it's like to be a man and vice versa. And then here comes the clash of the battle of the sexes all the time in the competition because you're a man, because you're a woman. It's okay to agree to disagree. Like, I'll never be able to relate to certain stuff because I don't know what that feel like. So no, I can't relate. I'm a woman. And then the arguments are sporadic about that.
Yeah.
About a simple, let's agree to disagree. Because we'll never relate on certain ends of topics in conversation. Because it's just impossible for that to happen. So that's a good point to agree to disagree. People got to get with it and be positive about agreeing to disagree. Like, ain't no love lost. Like, let's do this again tomorrow.
Right. I think that it just, well, I guess only can speak for the man or whatever. We have to go through things in silence mostly because
I want to know why that is though. Like,
I don't know. It's
where
just
it come from?
It's crazy, like, cause my upbringing, I couldn't really cry like that. I couldn't really be fully expressive because my mom would tell me like, big boys don't cry and everything like that. Oh, you go have a lot to worry about in the world. You can't be crying. So, I'm not trying to be mean to you, but people see that as weakness. And I'm like, why they gotta be weakness? Why can't I be strength? Because it's like holding that in. That made me a mental patient. That makes me a monster. And a lot of people grow up not being able to let a lot of that hurt or that anguish out, and then they take it out on somebody else. And that's why a lot of men become football players or become boxers, because they can hurt somebody. They can take their frustrations out on somebody.
I would say women often feel the same way though. Like growing up, my mom would her favorite phrase was like, "Shut up before I give you something to cry about." So that meant shut up. that meant don't cry. Fix your face. So I mean, I ain't gonna sit here in front like I don't cry. I cry because I'm an emotional being. But I found out men are just as emotional, if not more emotional than women.
Yeah.
So I got into a phase, even myself as a parent, telling my daughters, "What you crying for? Fix your face. Stop crying." And I think to a point, it's kind of like, did you consider those emotions when you did those actions as trying to be a parent? And then in the same aspect, I hear you when you say it is not really okay for boys to cry because the stereotype is boys don't do that. Well, boys got eyes just like girls do. Why the hell they wouldn't cry? That's like blowing your damn nose. You gonna tell a boy he can't blow his nose because he a boy and he got the same thing that the girl got? I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
But I can see how the culture had some of our parents stuck in that.
Yeah.
In those times, because like the culture now got parents stuck in certain ways because that's the way the world shifted. So I can see how if it looked good over here and then we get a whole bunch of parents doing that, for sure I'm going to be raising my kid like that because that seems to be working from what I can see in other places. But yeah, that's a suck-ass thing to do, is tell a boy not to cry, not to express himself, without the responsibility and accountability of actions. Like if he having a bad day or he emotional or something happened to hurt his feelings, you got the same thing that we got. So why not encourage a healthy outlet? I see it even still in my work though. Like kids cry. That's what they do. You know, I get the dramatics about it, but that's their way of communicating. Like anybody else is like, animals cry. Animals got eyes, so they got tears.
Yeah.
But it's wrong for a black man to cry. That's true.
Yeah. And I just think that comes from slavery when you had to, go back to work the next day after being whipped, after having like your children separated from you, and you didn't have time to process that. You had to, wake up early in the morning, go on that field, pick that cotton and this and that, whatever was your daily duties, and you couldn't really reflect on what just happened. I just think that same stigma followed us from just down the line. And I'm tired of being tough all the time. Like, because it's hard for me because I'm 6'5". I'm tall as hell. So, for y'all don't know, I'm a giant and stuff. But I'm not intimidated. Like, but people be so scared of me sometimes and just be, really enforcing the stereotypes of tall men and big guys and stuff like that. Like, I'm chill. I'm cool. kind-hearted. Like, I'm not no bodyguard. I'm not no bully. I'm not no intimidating person. But I will use my size if you try to threaten me. You know, that's just anybody. That's just anybody. But my family, like, is like the most sacred thing to me. Like, if you try to hurt my family, my mother, my sister, they all I got. Like, I'm going to, of course, go hard, but it's just really tough because, like, people don't really take the time out to really get to know you because they be scared of you, or they just think that you this or you that. And then I'm the total opposite. And if anything, I didn't ask to be my size. You know, you don't ask to be short. You don't ask to be tall. But it's just that, you know, nobody really asks how I feel about certain things. It's just like anybody like that's overweight. Like, people just like, oh, you fat, or you need to do something about that. You need to go to the gym. I'm like, look, I am who I am. Like, what's the big deal? Like, because no matter what you look like or what you are, you gotta love yourself.
That's true.
There's a lot of people that don't love themselves.
That's true.
And then they be pointing at me. They're like, man, like, you get a lot of women for being a big guy, or you get a lot of attention for being a big guy. I'm like, look, because I love myself. I'm confident. Like,
what's size got to do with relationship though? Like, who wouldn't did that?
I don't know, but but it's just kind of like, you know, you have a lot of people that's wearing a mask. You know, they hide it so well, but then when you get to know them, their insecurities come out. And I just think, like, you can't love yourself without knowing who you are and knowing what you hiding or what you trying to hide. Like, you know, the hardest people to face is ourselves.
That's
you know?
true. Every day.
And
every day.
Even in, like, when I get in relationships, I always tell a woman, like, look, I'm a human being. I'm just one man. I'm not Superman. But I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to compromise. But we just be trying to just meet or just trying to change people to our liking. And that's why it fails, because we had our expectations set so high on the person. And then we kind of find out that person ain't invincible or ain't untouchable.
Yeah, that's real too. Like, people hold people to a certain standard because that's the norm, though, right? Mm-hmm. But then it's like, you know, when somebody fails beyond the expectation of your standard, it's like, it's heartbreaking, to be honest. Like, and then it really puts the reflection back on yourself. Like, you did that. Mm-hmm. That person probably never even showed you a glimpse of the expectation that you've held them to and to the standard, but you chose to go and put them there in your life, in your repertoire, and then when they disappoint you, you hold it against them as if they wronged you. And they probably never even knew the expectation or standard you've had them at, because you failed to communicate that part about a non-negotiable or even expectation. Like, I always ask people what's your non-negotiable, and people be like, what's that? I'd be like, just
Phil,
just what over. I said, like, like, what are yours? Like, because we have been, you know, and some people would compromise and work, but you got to have some stuff you ain't negotiating about you, because you got to live with you. Every day. You got to get up and look at you and review you and accept you, and you gonna fall for everything somebody's selling. You don't have nothing that you ain't negotiating with yourself. And I know people got to learn themselves to know that, but when I say that word, some people be like, huh? And I just be like, huh? Because that means you got a long way to go. And then sometimes I've run across, like, some people want to pretend like they ain't even got to learn themselves. Oh, I know who I am, or I know what I like, and I know what I ain't gonna do. And then you find out you don't even know who you is, because you don't ever know what you want. You don't know where you going. You don't know how you gonna get there. Your life is everything happening, but I thought you knew who you was.
Right.
When you gonna sit down and evaluate who you are, and then find it in yourself to be okay with who you are, and if you're not, then go positively change. It's a lot of people that's stuck. They don't really want to look at themselves. Like you say, that mask is real. I see people wear it. And I know some people that wear it. And then behind some closed doors with some intimate people, they'll take it off. And I guess that's where they feel their most comfort. But I can't do that. That's too much energy. I ain't finna fake it for nobody.
Right.
Like, I ain't perfect. I'm flawed, but I'm a beast. You know, like,
Yeah.
and I'm open to critique, but I ain't open to the put down. It's a big difference. Like, you can cover me in care and concern, or you can stay away from me because you really don't mean me no good in the first place.
Right.
And that ain't mean. That's protecting who I am.
Yeah.
That's not allowing somebody to take me and run with me because it's trendy. I ain't doing that.
Yeah. And another thing, it's just a lot of people just be collecting souls, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was one of those people before, and then I realized how dangerous that was, and I calmed down. I'm cool. I'm chilling now. But it just we have put a price on ourselves instead of putting a let me see. Instead of putting standards and putting boundaries on ourselves.
Yeah.
And because so many people just think that you wait till you get into the music business to sell your soul, but you can sell your soul every day.
Every day for nothing.
And it is deep, man. Like
I mean, and I've been there back in my younger days. You know, I reflect and I'm like, dang, like you kind of sold yourself out for the sake of somebody else because you hoped and believed in your own expectations. Though it was always a self-reflection of what I was wanting to see happen, not necessarily what I was communicating that needed to happen or, you know, shall or shall not happen, but just hoping that false hope. And that's just, that takes people to some places. That's not good. But yeah, I definitely been there. And boundaries was probably not even a word in my vernacular vocabulary, but at this point, like I got them. And I ain't afraid to tell people I got them, you know. People got to get to know who you are. Like, everything that's cool for you ain't cool for me. And it don't make me a rude person. It don't make me mean. I just don't vibe that way because this is me. You know, I don't like ice in my water. You do. That don't mean we can't have a glass of water together. Respect me and I respect you.
Yeah. And that's dope, man. It's just refreshing just to hear that because people just act like you gotta like the same things to coexist, and you don't. No, you know, I'm willing, cause it's funny, cause I'm quite spiritual, so it just a lot of times it's hard for me to meet somebody, cause I gotta go to church. You know, they think because I don't go to church that I'm the devil or something like that.
You got
like,
to start that, huh?
And I'm like, no, like I'm just me. You know, I'm a good guy. You know, I'm a law-abiding citizen. Like, why does that has to be a requirement when, you know, we can learn from each other? Like, I know the Bible too, but it just I have my way of, you know, living my life, and I tried the church thing, but it just wasn't me, and that's fine. But I don't never try to criticize anybody' belief system, because just because you believe in something doesn't mean I have to follow suit. But I can compromise. I can meet you halfway. But it's just sometimes it's just it's either my way or no way, and that's wrong to me.
Yeah, that's that power and control right there that a lot of people really don't
Manipulation.
want to have a discussion of that. But that power and control is so strong. Like, even in parenting, the power and control wheel is super strong, and it really takes a person that's on a path of growing and grow to realize that I'm giving this too much of control and power with trying to get what I want. And results in everywhere, at work, your social life, you know, a parent, your man, your woman. It really take a whole lot of reflection to understand that it's beyond, you know, what can be neutral and teetering and flirting over into the power and control. And it get real unsafe for most people. whether people want to talk about it or acknowledge that they power and control get unsafe because it's one-sided.
Yeah.
And it's like, you ain't hearing me, but you gonna hear me.
Right.
You ain't feeling me, but you about to feel me if you don't stop pissing me off. And a lot of people, like I said, don't know how to agree to disagree. That power and control is a beast. It'll take you places too. That's for sure.
Yeah, so how do you feel about this generation coming up? Like, you think that they got potential? Like,
I think these are some of the smartest kids. Like, when I look back over my journey, school was the focus. Yeah. Like, I didn't have this spunky, get out there and try this, or this pop star demeanor. I was a nerd. I'm still a nerd. So, the words in the books and the history of it all is what intrigued me. But I see now in this culture where things is just like what we used to say, microwavable fast, hot and ready. They used to preach and teach, you can't get everything hot and ready. You got to work for this, and you got to put in effort. And you see people come up hot and ready right here, right now. And so that's what's popping. You see a lot of people pick it up, and then you see people hating on it and putting it down like, you got to go do this, you got to go do that. You got to go put your heart in what makes you happy. And do it with a smile on your face. If that's what makes you feel content and makes you feel like you thriving and you giving back, then you could be a philosopher type of learner, or you could be a hot and ready type of learner. I think the mannerisms has been like depleted in a way, because you got some people that's teaching them, and then you got so many more people that's not showing what they are talking about. So as far as smart, yeah, they smart, they quick, they intelligent, very much so. But the mannerisms that we founded our interactions upon are just gone. Yeah. At this point, it's kind of like, who you talking to? I ain't even got time to address you because of how you approach me. Yeah. Or what made you think that was okay? Like, I was talking to somebody, was like, what's up? What you doing? I said, no, he didn't say what's up. I'm like, he said, what you doing today? And so I was like, you just don't say hi. Wow. So the response I got back was, so do you greet somebody every time you talk to them, even if you talked to them yesterday? I don't care if I talk to you this morning. If I come talk to you this afternoon, hi. Yeah. Because I was raised on manners. Yeah. But just even that, so many people, what you doing? Did you forget your manners? I found out they don't even have them, because they are living in a norm that what you're doing is a greeting. Who told you that? But it's somewhere somebody's accepting that. So then when you switch lanes, and you don't have such said foundation, you behind. Whether you want to accept it or not, it's some learning things right there that on that curve you need to come on. And I think with this generation, it'll be a struggle because they so used to hot and ready right now. Yeah. Everything hot and ready right now. It ain't too much you can't get hot and ready. And then you got some places where we got to have manners. Yeah. You can't talk to people like that. You can't just walk up and interrupt somebody's conversation. Excuse you is non-existent nowadays. So, yeah, I think they got some room to grow for sure.
Absolutely.
Because they going to run into some elderly people in the next couple of years that's just going to be like, say what?
And it's so distasteful when I hear like a female say, bro. And us as men, we like, look, we don't want to hear that shit all day. Like, I'm not saying call me sir, but it's just like, you trying to be one of the fellas and, be a woman,
Now, why you think she's trying to be one of the fellas?
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Like, I don't know. It's just
No. I don't even mean like that, though. Like, I mean, why you think so many girls are in the genre of trying to just lay back, kick it, and come across as one of the fellas?
No, I just, like, my thing is just, I've been friends with tomboys and stuff like that. It's just, if you don't know me like that, you can't do that. Like,
can't call me bro?
No.
How long they gotta know you before they call you bro?
Oh, it's earned. It's not given.
So it's like a respect.
Yeah.
So is that how most men look at that term?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, women ain't like it's like no, it's like women got this hashtag bitch,
Yeah.
bitch. So it's like, bro,
That's exactly
we
what
don't give a damn about that word. We don't care.
No, but it's just like.
But I can see how like who y'all talking to? We talking to you, bro? Like, bro, what?
Yeah, cause it's just one of those things that's it's normal, it's normalized, and when I say like, look, I have a name, my name William, okay, then you don't gotta call me bro. I'm not your bro. I don't even know you like that to call me bro, and it's not anything to be disrespectful, but it's just the way it is. Like,
Take it back to the manners.
Manners.
Take it back to the manners. Yeah, you ain't lying. I get caught, bro. I be like, excuse you. I'm not your, like, I feel, because I don't use that. Like, my kids be like, okay, bro. I be like, dog, don't. Let me try to reason with you on your level, because you ain't living in my time. We doing this together. Don't call me bro.
Yeah.
But, like, I get you when you say my name is. Like, I ain't even heard the last time somebody say, excuse me, what's your name?
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, unheard of nowadays.
Yeah, it's slowly becoming extinct.
And I don't get that, because I ain't never been the type of person to respond to the slang that even men give women. Boo, shawty, like, the horn honking. Like, I was never the type to be, like, responding, like, you need to come over here and say, hi, how you doing, and ask me my name, or we ain't talking. Because I was raised with manners. So, it's trendy. One person said bro, and it took off. And became a trend.
Yeah. And it just really displeasing, like, because if anything, I'm more old-fashioned, even though I'm 34 years old. I was around during the 90s and 2000s, and Love Jones is my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies. So it's
all type of toxic and Love Jones now.
Hey, still though, it still had that vibe,
It was nice though. It was nice.
But we came from we grew up in the 90s and stuff like that. Like Girl 6 and Love Jones, Jason Lyrics.
Yeah, Jason Lyrics was the shit though. That was the dope movie.
But to me, it was just that we had held ourselves a lot higher than we did back. Especially in this time and age, and I missed that. I missed when just the music, like, it was real.
Yeah, it was real music.
Like passion and just
it's called neo soul now. That's what it's called now.
Just abstract. It just was really just like you feel appreciated, you feel yearn for, you feel wanted, but now it's like it's a predator and prey and this and that, and I'm not like that. Like, especially like when I'm trying to pursue somebody, instead of taking you out to eat, and I will invite you over to cook you dinner, because I feel like that's the gesture, because I don't cook for everybody. So if I cook for you, then I like you, because I'm really gonna put a lot of effort into it,
And that's understood, but who knows that?
I mean, they know now, because we live, but it's
now.
But it's just.
I mean, but say you approach a woman and you say, can I get your number? And y'all talking casually, and it's daytime, and she, you ask her on a date. She tell you some things she got in mind. You say, well, I like to cook for you. That's the first date. We have been groomed to not do that.
Yeah.
For our safety.
And it's funny because I had like a few women just thought I was just this big hoe, right? Because they go by my statuses. They're like, man, you just seem like a big hoe. You have all type of females. And I'm like, what makes you think that? And I just be joking, I just be playing around. I can't help who gravitate towards me, but I'm mainly by myself. I sleep in this big old bed every night by myself, and it'd be nice to have somebody to talk to, on your way to sleep, but I'm pretty much just doing this and, working, coming home, and just paying bills and just working on my own 5-year plan. But people just think I'm just be out here like that, but I don't. You know, I be just to myself, but it's just people believe what they see on social media instead of really, cause I feel like we all have our social media selves, and then we have our real selves. You know, we have our alter egos.
I never got that part about social media, and I hear a lot of people, and then I read about a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is just what I put on social media. This ain't what's happening in real life," or "Don't take me serious," or "Stop trying to put 2 + 2 to equal 4." But for me, it's like, where did the point of reference come from?
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I get material.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff these people be saying ain't material though. Like, and then like I've even, you know, tried to jog the dialogue. Like, what you talk about? You know, where this come from? Because it's got to be happening in your life for you to 99% of the time be putting it on social media. So when people be like, in general, that shit didn't happen in general. I ain't never understood how you want to splash your business all over social media, and then when people begin to ask you questions, oh, I'm just talking in general. You could have in generally kept that shit to yourself. It's rolling around in your thoughts. It's a notepad somewhere. Write your shit down. Like, you propose yourself to be investigated, and when people do, you still mad, and then you say people don't care. Well, people hit to you, they talking to you, they're trying to see more about your business or what you want to share. It's like, pick a damn side though. Like, I ain't never understood how somebody, like you say, can be on social media portraying this type of person, and then in real life, oh no, I ain't like that. I personally, I ain't got that type of effort. What the hell you see is what you get. Now, I share a lot of material on social media. I share a lot of people's words and a lot of people's memes or whatever, and I very rarely put up my own. But when I do, I mean that dead ass.
Right.
Like, I'm passionate and I'm serious. So if I'm putting it out there, let's just take, for instance, since we talk about, you know, men and women relationship. Please don't come in my inbox. If you come in my inbox, I am going to embarrass you. I ain't lying. That ain't just content. That ain't me being a diva. That is me telling you dead up. Like, don't play yourself. Because if we was in public and you was to step to me a certain type of way, I'm going to hook you up. You just can't say certain stuff to me and I be like, oh, okay, that's fine. No, that's not fine. And then if you come with baggage, you know, and you trying to do certain stuff like that, and I let you know, like, hey, this ain't that, and you keep on coming, yeah, I'm going to air you out just like I would in public.
Yeah.
So I don't get this social media person, and then this person right here. I'm confused on who the hell you are then, because what point of reference do I have other than what I can see you doing? I can't see you on your job. You know, I don't see you every day at home. And when people are dating, you know,
yeah,
I hope they ain't just right off living together and all that. Like, this is what I see you doing. So this is the pattern that you putting down and I'm picking up. And what's in general about your pattern? It ain't in general. It's intimate to you.
Right.
But when we get into them type of questions, it comes to these BS answers. Oh, I was just talking about, you know, what I heard. Like, who you gonna be? Like, what you wanting? What you hoping to get when y'all do that? That's the strangest shit to me. Ain't nothing ever in general in my mind, unless it's a damn knock-knock joke, okay?
Facts. And it is also, like, I feel that, you know, I'm very silly. I'm very goofy, so I love to laugh. But then just certain people just love to just come at you because you have a sense of humor, or because I love dark humor. You know, I love that kind of humor that isn't supposed to react or supposed to laugh at. I can't help it, but I just love to laugh. But
well, you know, it's a certain society that only gets the dark. Like, everybody really don't get dark humor. Like, like most stuff will fly for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a nerd, right?
Yeah, me too.
I'm bookworm smart. But sometimes stuff just don't click, and then when the wheels get rolling, it be like, oh. And I've often got, why you act like that? Like, dude, I ain't acting for you. This is real deal. Like, I'm not in certain environments to know that that's supposed to be a funny or that that's supposed to work like that. Like, I read books. You know, I do research. I go to church. I don't really watch a whole lot of TV every now and then, but you know, I like entertainment, but not all entertainment. So
Yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with dark humor if you get dark humor.
Oh, yeah.
So I've seen that go both ways, where somebody asks a question and somebody will flip right out, and then it'd be like, damn, I was just really trying to understand your perspective. Like, people touchy. And I think I've even been there, like, when I was touchy, I was a little hostile that way, and I responded to people probably straight left field and had no idea. They was just probably really trying to get an understanding of my perspective. It got a lot to do with what you're going. That's why I say ain't nothing really in general. Like, everything got a point of reference. Every single thing. But people be real live talking this in general or just in general. I'd be like, what is that?
Yeah. And I just think that people overdo it nowadays. I mean, I didn't have to sign a permission slip to join this app. And why do I need your approval? Why do I need your validation?
That's that power and control.
Yeah.
They got to be heard somehow, some way. And we turn it over to the good old keyboard out here.
Man. And then when you see them in person, they have no smoke. You know, they don't.
Because that's the double life they living.
I don't get it. Like,
me neither. That's why I say I can't do it. I can't sit there and act like on social media, like, you know, the sky is purple, and then when I go outside, it's really blue. Like, hell no. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. That's too much energy. It's too much going on in a day for me to do that. You know, if I did say something, I'm going to remember what I said, because I remember how passionate I meant about it versus, oh, I was just saying that just to say that. My mama always told me, you can say whatever you want to say to anybody in a respectful manner, but if you don't have nothing to say worth hearing, then keep your mouth closed. So, like, I don't even understand, like, you know, how y'all just talking to be talking if y'all ain't talking to make no sense. But we in the culture of hot and ready.
Facts. And I just don't understand. Just people just need to stay in their lane, like, cause I don't do too much. I play my position, and I have no problem with how a person is, but I choose how to deal with that particular person because that person is entitled to be that way. Like, I can only address certain things if it becomes disrespect, but if you just, like, I could say, like, if you obnoxious and you condescending and this and that, you know, that's who you are. But the moment you disrespect me, then I have to address it, because if I let it slide once, you go think I'm supposed to let it slide every time. I gotta nip it in the bud right then and there. Like, look, don't play with me like that, you know. Like, you cool, but don't play with me like that, because you don't like me when I'm mad or when I'm angry and this and that. But as an individual, you know, we can give warnings, you know. We can let somebody know, like, look, I'm a man. In your case, I'm a lady. Don't play with me like that. Like, respect me, you know.
So when you say that, you have boundaries and protect yourself that way.
Oh, yeah.
So say, for instance, like, what would you reference for an example when you had to tell somebody, don't do that? Are you sitting there saying, you know, I don't like when you do such, said, whatever it is, don't do that?
Yeah.
Or are you like, hey, I ain't that type, don't play with me like that?
Well, I mean,
because when we talk about communication,
well, I'm both, you know. I mean, I may go into the second part, and then and they be like, why? Then I go to the first part. You know, I don't like when you do that, or I don't like how you act like that and this and that. But you can only just address it once, because I heard you the first time.
I'm sure.
You know.
I'm very sure.
But people be trying to play like they could just, you know, get over. And because they so used to getting over on other people until they meet the final boss. You know what I'm saying? And you got to let them know, like, I'm not going to keep explaining myself. I warned you once, and that's all I need to do. Because if you just decide to just not follow my wishes, I got to let you go. And when I let you go, I will act like you never existed. You know, I won't bash you. I won't air you out. I'll just act like you died and just keep it moving.
Okay.
Because I don't got no time to be giving people second chances, because how will I know they would give me a second chance if the shoe was on the other foot?
That's real, too. That's real.
Yeah.
I see people get caught up in being this passive person versus being assertive. Like, I'm assertive. I've always been assertive.
Really?
All the time. I'm super assertive. I'm super shy. You know, people.
Really?
Yeah, people do. People like, you shy? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm shy. People like, you ain't shy. I be like, I ain't trying to convince you, because I know I'm shy. But I am not afraid to be assertive. I am not afraid to speak up, and I am not afraid to advocate. But I'm shy. Like, I'll never be the first one saying, let me go up there first. No, I will if I sense vulnerability in people that are not equipped to handle such a thing. But no, I'm truly in the cut type of person. Because I'm shy. I don't like everybody paying attention to me and looking at me. But my contribution is there. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna handle me just because I'm a shy person either. You know, or because growing up I was always quiet, and pretty much now I'm quiet unless somebody asks me something. But I just watch. I watch because I'm paying attention to detail all the time. So I'm watching with my eyes. I ain't really got a whole lot to say unless you're doing something to me or you ask me something. I'm quiet. And then people often be like, you know, your resting bitch face. And I'll be like, dude, like y'all gotta pick a damn side. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to please everybody. I'm not a mean person. I truly tell people, if I ain't sent for you, leave me the hell alone, because I'm content with me.
Right.
You know, so I don't hang out and I don't be around. But people be like, oh, you the mean twin. Hey, I'll take that. Because if it keep you out of my face, then friend, I'm cool with that. You know, if you want to associate with me being a mean twin, that's one less person I got to remember to be on my list of shit in my life. But it's like, this is who I am. So I ain't ever really, like you said, understood all the judgment about this who I choose to be. I ain't affecting how you doing nothing in your life. Why you care so much? Why you so concerned? If you really wanted to get down to the nit and grit of it, you can come over and we can sit and talk, and you can see just how mean I am not. But I'm not playing about me, because I would like to think you ain't playing about you.
Right.
So why is it so opposing when I be assertive about myself? When I'm confident in myself, you would do the same thing for you, I would like to think. And I wasn't always this way. I had to learn how to get here.
Right.
You know, like you said, we all have to learn ourselves. You ain't finna take away from me what I didn't earn from me. You ain't got to like it. Take your ass home. Cause
Right.
I ain't in the mood of trying to convince nobody that, you know, I'm a beast or I'm this great person. Hey, if you say I'm the mean one, cool with me. See you later, bye.
Right. That's dope too, because I'm tired of
I'm so tired.
explaining myself
And ain't.
Yeah, I'm not. And it's just like with this platform. You know, I have so many people, you know, try to give me suggestions, ideas, but they ain't donate a damn thing. You know, they ain't cash at me. They ain't share the video. They ain't subscribe to the YouTube channel. So I'm not taking your advice on shit unless you support me. If it comes to like that particular place, then maybe I would take what you say to consideration. But it's just so many people just rather just apply themselves into your shit without contributing. And should we all have to contribute to something? And I feel that nobody should do all the work, and especially like relationships, because when you in a relationship and you feel single, shit,
You are single.
Yeah, you are single. Basically,
You basically single.
You got it.
The other person in the relationship might not realize you became a single person, but you definitely single-handedly carrying and doing everything. Yeah, you single as hell.
And that, oh my gosh, and you ever been in that situation? Or
I have, though. Like, and that load is draining.
Yes.
And then, like you say, I've been there where, you know, if I wait it out, or maybe they'll change, or if I overly express myself, and hope they get it. Look, dog. No, dog. I mean, people just got to learn to be okay with walking away from stuff that don't serve them no more. Like, that's a little hashtag or whatever, but that's a real thing. It's just like being okay with yourself. Like, I've been married and I've been divorced, and when I got divorced, it was like, dang, like, did I fail at this? You know what I'm saying? Because divorce is frowned upon. But I think that's where it come. Like, you got people in your family, in your church, in your circle. You know, you shouldn't do this or don't do that or don't do that or did you do this or did you, like, it is okay to say, you know what? I don't like this no more. I don't want to do this no more. Let's agree to go different ways. And hey, I'll catch you around another time. But it's so frowned upon for somebody trying to get out of a situation that is not benefiting their life in any form. So, yeah, I've been there. And that shit is draining. And when I was there, all I heard was, pray about it. Pray about it. Talk to them and don't talk at them. And give them some time and give them some space. And how about we give this some real conversation? How about we give this some real communication? Are you up for doing this or are you no longer up for doing this? Do you feel content with this or do you no longer feel? Have things changed? Like, people don't encourage the talk enough. More so of what you should sit there and subject yourself to dealing with. And that is BS. And I can tell you, listening to that BS had me in some dark places in my life. You know, I had to go see me a therapist because that shit is awful. You giving everything. You giving 110. You pulling back and grabbing 20 more and you still ain't getting no change. And you know what they tell you? Pray about it. You want me to kill myself? Because I'm on the verge of death. I'm on the verge of the edge of pulling. And I got to keep myself together and be a parent and be a sister and be a friend and be a woman. And I got to deal with this draining stuff too. Man. And I'm supposed to smile like I'm okay. I can't be angry, hurt, or sad.
Right.
Yeah, nah, dog.
Man, you really hit the nail on the head because I was doing that. I wasn't married, but I was just trying to save the relationship because I hate to feel like I
failed.
Yeah, I hate that, and it's just that's the nail in the coffin because
somebody helped me realize though, like, it ain't a failure. Just, hey, things change and we don't work together no more. It could be a job change. I found out, like, you know, life really changed people, and like, I'm still in my 30s, late 30s, but people don't even understand how life will shift you. Not just a whole family or a union. It will shift your individual self, and then you have to figure that out. And it changes you because it's supposed to. That's what shifting does. And the adjustment of your significant other may not be what it used to be. Oh, when times get hard and the rough get going. Like, dude, we all living here on a time span that is short. I don't have the time and energy to necessarily pick you up and carry you and the weight of this relationship on top of everything else. So, like, if it got to a place where we can't see eye to eye or we can't compromise or we can't come together and give it our all because you burnt out, I'm burnt out, then let's say that. Like, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I'm gonna be disappointed, but reality is we ain't just got here. We probably been here for a long time and nobody wanted to admit the truth. Like, shambles just don't happen. People don't just wake up in relationship with chaos. Y'all been sitting in that for a long time. With them underlying expectations and hopes of just give it some time and I'm going to pray about it. Okay. You sitting there killing yourself. Like, I know so many people that's in relationships right now that's unhappy for years and years and years. And everybody say, kids ain't going to make you stay. But everybody be like, well, with my kids or my kid, man, y'all better show them kids what it look like to come out of adversity in every form that you can, because those kids are coming up behind you in relationship.
Yeah.
Okay? So how they gonna know when to no longer sit at a table where stuff ain't suiting them if they see you suffer all your damn life?
Right.
They gonna be mad and resent.
Right.
You know? One thing my mama didn't play about, when she was done, she was done. She didn't play no games. She was not begging. She was not. We ain't never see her do it. You know, like if it was a rap, it was a rap. It's hard, but it need to be done. Like some people just need to cut it off, pick themselves up, and forgive themselves for what they allowed to happen, and move on. Move on.
Yeah.
Change be rough for them though.
Oh yeah, it's because I think for me, what really made me just say I was done was just I was putting somebody before me, and because I was moving towards the light while they wanted to stay in the darkness, and it's gonna end regardless.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap at that point.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Because it's like I didn't have no choice to pick. Like, why I gotta go to the light where this person liked me better in the dark, and it's crazy because like it happens. Like,
yes, it does.
But I had to answer the call no matter what. I couldn't just put the call on voicemail. I couldn't just put it on do not disturb. It had to come because I would not be sitting here today if I didn't answer the call. But we just have a lot of people that just very stubborn. They don't want to do what's necessary to have a better life. Like,
that's true.
They pray to God every night, but that requires sacrifice.
That requires some work, though.
Work, sacrifice,
like
patience.
It ain't a magic trick or a magic.
No,
like I wish,
like
hell, it was. You know, I'd be praying all day, every day. But like it's what you give it though. Like I remember when I divorced my ex-husband or whatever. Like we wasn't fighting.
Right.
When we divorced, like, and we had a child in our union. We went to front of the court. And we was friends about it. And even the people in the court was like, you two seem to be getting along well. Like, we ain't mad. It just ain't working out. And we had separated and got back together, and it just didn't work out. You know, and it sucked because people don't get married to get divorced, I hope. You know, I was hurt because I felt like I gave it my all, and I gave it the extra 20 when I didn't have no more. And I used to say stuff like I did everything but die. I don't know what else I could do. But I realized I didn't because I didn't stick up for me in a way that I should have and said, I can't handle this. It's not my job to deal with certain stuff from another person. I need to handle me. I thought I could change him or, you know, wait long enough and he would. That was never my job. So I didn't do everything I knew to do because I didn't advocate for me. But at the same time, I didn't know how. I mean, but when we split ways, we was good. And then we had a rough patch. And at this point, we good again. So that's when I say earlier, like I said, you know, people like, how you still friends? Because what we got to be ugly for? 99% of y'all got kids with the other person. So y'all going to be ugly all y'all life? That take too much damn effort and energy on the negative aspect. I'm not finna be out here missing out on me because somebody mad that me and him didn't work out and we still friends because we got a child together. I don't give a damn.
Right.
But it's a lot of people that, you know, won't even speak to somebody that they didn't have in their home, that they didn't have in their room, that they didn't have in their heart.
Yeah.
Like, unless they didn't did something to bring harm to you, I don't get it because you put yourself in such said position to endure all of that.
Absolutely.
So be that type of mad at yourself. No, it's easy to be like, you know, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. A lot of this stuff got to do with self, and it's a lot of times it's because you're in a vulnerable state. You trying to figure it out. You don't know. You know, you hopeful. It be a lot of factors, but at the end, it's at self. It's always at self.
Yeah.
And that's a hard war right there. Because that means I got to sort some things out for myself. When it's easier for me to blame it on somebody else.
Yeah.
I hate that though. But people do that all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Because they like to be the victim.
And it don't get you nothing.
Yeah.
It don't get you nothing. Being a victim don't get you no perks.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people that give effort to being a victim. Though. I be wondering what y'all get when y'all get done. It don't get you nothing but a lot of unnecessary questions, a lot of unnecessary opinions. Like, keep it to yourself. And that's not saying, like, don't reach out to people who really, really care about you and that can hold your secrets to themselves. That ain't what that is, because people try to take words and run with shit. But, like I don't post personal business on social media.
Neither do I.
Cause for what? How is it gonna benefit me for y'all to know that? Right. It ain't. You know, and I got some people that tell me, call me if you need me. Some people I call because I have a trusting relationship with them. And other people I ain't gonna never call because I ain't never vibe with you to know I can trust you. So I damn sure ain't gonna put myself out there with some valuable information. Like, so no. But then you see people who really go out there on the limb trying to trust people, trying to get around that hump, and they get screwed. Yeah. And that's defeating. Yeah. Very defeating. You know, people can be way cruel about this relationship. And it ain't got to be a relationship with a man getting with a woman or whatever they choose to do at this point. Yeah. It could just be a friendship. But it got to start with some questions. Yeah. A lot of hard questions that people don't want to talk about neither. But, hey, it ain't for everybody. I don't know why. Because communication can be really simple. Comprehension is rough. But some questions just ain't coming to the table that needs to come to the table.
Facts. I agree with you. And also it's just when you know betrayal, you would never put yourself in that position again.
You would never know you putting yourself in that position again. Yeah. You would like to be proactive that way. And I know we are trying out here, you know. Yeah. That's a hard thing, you know, to try to figure out if this person doing that. If that person doing that. Sometimes, like, I see people trap themselves in the house or trap themselves and won't go nowhere and won't talk to nobody and do nothing. Some people just like to be home, first of all. Like, I'm a homebody.
Me too.
I don't really care to be all outside all the time, every now and then. But, like, I could be at home, chill. You know, I found it safer for the most part. I ain't trying to kill myself over there. Facts. But that's hard, trying to learn, you know, like, the angle or the intent or the motive. I hear a lot of people be like, you know, what's your angle? I be like, who told you I had one? I ain't got time. I literally don't have time. Like, I'm a busy person with my life. I ain't got time to come at nobody with no intent or no angle. And I see some setups and I just be flabbergasted that people can be such idiots and doing that to other people. You got to know karma is coming for you, boo. Like, it may not come tomorrow, but you want to live your life knowing that you playing games with people, or, you know, you tricking people, or taking a vulnerable and using it against them. Like, they vulnerability. Like, people are people. Yeah. And right now, people are, like, in trying times. Yeah. We are in such trying times. This is what certain people would rather do with their time than to just be loving, genuinely caring. Like, I ain't got to come over here and kiss your door good morning, but like I ain't got to come over here and be like trying to set you up neither. Facts. People giving a lot of effort to that shit right there. And so, like you say, people learn the patterns. Yeah. We can see a society full of ugly. You know, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay away from, yes, I'm going to prejudge you. No, I don't want to. I would like to look at you and think that, hey, I could trust you. Right. But life has a way of teaching you. You can't do that. I used to be trusting of people and guarded at the same time. You know, I had no bias, no judgment. You over there, I'm over here. No harm, no foul. But, like, you got to be in the now of knowing that, hey, you over there and I'm watching you over there. And you ain't did nothing to me. But, yes, I'm watching you. Because you might try to do something to me. Facts. So, I get it. It's out there. And it's like how you shift that. How you change the perception of walking into a room at 6'2", a big ass dude. You know,
6'5".
Oh, my bad.
Who's counting?
My bad. But you know how you shift it.
Yeah.
You ain't really trying to convince everybody, you know, I'm a gentle giant. Because I don't give a damn if you know I'm a gentle giant or not.
Yeah.
So it sucks. It sucks. In a perfect world, you know, people wouldn't judge you by your cover.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, you know, people used to tell me, oh, why you always look so mean? Like, dog, I'm probably thinking about something in my head. Like, I'm probably focused on, you know, what my next task is. Like, you don't never smile. Did somebody tell a fucking joke? Did I miss it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm focused. I'm trying to get from one point to the other point. You know, people, you walk with your head down because I'm trying not to trip over my damn feet. I'm clumsy, okay? But I've gotten so many innuendos of negative.
Yeah.
You know, why this, why that? Why don't you ask me? So, I see you walk down and your head down. What you looking at? My feet?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I trip over them all the time. Or I see you always look like you thinking. Because I am. Because I got to figure this out. I got to figure that out. I get a lot of people's problems. I work in mental health. I got a lot of clients. I got my own family, my own stuff. I am always damn thinking. Shit, I think in my sleep. It wakes me up. Mm-hmm. What you mean? Are you mad? No, I'm not mad. I'm focused.
Yeah.
You know? You just look mean. Well, damn. I ain't never known mean had a look until y'all start giving it out.
Can't win from losing. Sometimes.
Can't I just be me? Oh, why you got your arms crossed? Because I'm cold. Shit, like. But I've been one of them people, though. You know, because guess what? Society taught me that. You know what I'm saying? One of them inquisitive. Why this, why that? So much so, I don't even like why questions. Like, I loathe why questions because why questions just sound confrontational.
Yeah.
So I have really learned to get stuff or information out of people without the why, because anytime you hear a why, it's something that just triggers the mind to get ready to be defensive. Why? First of all, or who told you or who thought, you know, go to work the next time and ask people why questions and look how many people be ready to kick your ass because you ask them a why question. Because it's like, who you talking to? You checking me about whatever? Why questions are hard, and a lot of people don't understand that about the techniques of communication.
Right.
You know, so I don't even ask them no more. I hate them, as a matter of fact, because they steer you wrong. But I definitely used to be like, why? No, it's other words we can lead with than why. Yeah. Tell me more about that. How about that? Because I noticed you do that. Could you help me to understand, you know, what's going on when you're doing that? People ain't ready for that type of communication, though, because then they be like, oh, I ain't finna do this. I'm not finna do that. But you would teach your children. You teach your child that, hey, this is what you say. This is how you act. This is what you do. And then people get a notion, I'm grown, I ain't got to. Who told you that? Who told you just get to drop off and be a shitbag because you've reached a certain age of legal state? You get to be a jerk to people because you're a certain age? Like, don't fly for me. It really don't.
Yeah, and I just think that's a cop-out.
It is.
You know, I go through that on a daily basis just with people. And I just ask them, like, what do you gain from that? Like, being a jerk or being so-called wannabe bully and stuff.
And they be real mad then.
They
really want to fight then.
Yeah, and I ask them, like, you remember what happened to bullies? You remember Caliban? You remember all these other incidents? Like, I don't ever want to be a bully because that's why. You know, I learned from the others, you know. I learned from other people's bad decisions and stuff like that. Because it feels good being a good person. It feels good.
I would imagine that feels, like, horrible. Like, but some people make it look good. You know what I'm saying? Some people make being awful to other people look real. And it's just like, how y'all do that? Like, if somebody tell me I did something, I do my very best to evaluate how they are feeling and not what I was trying to convey. Because a lot of times, well, that wasn't my intent. I'm not asking you. Or I'm not saying that. I'm letting you know how I feel about what you said. And people get into the logistics of, oh, well, you sensitive, or you so emotional, or you so dramatic. I am such a person who has the same feelings as you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for this area, this may not be so touchy for you, but for me, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa for something in your life that is. You know, people, I don't really want to say they lack understanding. I don't think people want to understand because it really brings you down.
Yeah. To that
way
level.
down, because if I say that I'm open and I'm willing to be taught, then I would have to present myself as such and put my bias down and really be open and put my triggers down and really be open and take my underlying tones off and really get to the grit of it. How many people you know want to communicate like that?
Not so
Everybody
many.
want hide and ready communication.
Yeah, it don't
I
work
agree.
like and it
It
don't work
don't.
like that. That's unrealistic. And,
Very.
and we just need to understand that so everything just takes time. Like
It does.
because I'm the type of person like you can't learn me in 1 hour. You can't learn me in 1 day.
Shit, I don't know me. Tomorrow, because I ain't lived it yet.
Right, exactly. And
That's what you better know. What you gonna do tomorrow? I don't know myself. I'm trying to figure this out for me. So I know you ain't got it, because I ain't got it.
No, nobody does, and that's what keeps people stagnated into the same being, same person. Like, cause I can't be around a person that's been the same since if I met you like years ago,
Mm-hmm.
you still the same, or you still doing the same things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fuck with you.
And ain't.
Yeah, cause you will hold me back from my potential.
Yep.
Because I have really evolved, I would say, in the course of almost 2 years. Because I decided that I didn't want to live in that prison that I built for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes we think our circles is in a cage. You know, it's all about who you associate yourself with or be around.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not careful, that circle will be a cage. Because people hate change. Like you said,
Yeah,
most people
they
hate
do.
change. And to change, that requires separation. That
Yeah, it
requires
does.
elimination so you can have elevation.
Yeah, but it requires evaluation too. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
You constantly evaluating this worked, this does not work, or this used to work but no longer works.
Mm-hmm.
And it like change is what you make it.
Mm-hmm.
And people, I think, often get tunnel vision about I'm gonna have to do this or I got to do that. Well, have fun damn doing it. Ain't nobody told you it had to be awful because you have to do it.
Right.
Like everybody have their own journey. Who said you couldn't have no fun? Who said you couldn't be goofy about it?
Yeah.
Who said you couldn't be sensitive about it? Who told you how to go and make your progress and effort on what you need to do for your change, that it had to be life sucking draining? It don't have to be. Some things will be just what they are in this life. We got to have enough sense in it, but I ain't got to fucking be all upset about it. Like, I can have fun about it. I can be me about it. Like, my kids be like, I don't like the way you dress. Good, I don't give a damn. I be like, do you buy my clothes?
Yeah.
Where do you think you're going with that, Mom? I'm going to have my fun, okay? Because I know my fun is temporary.
Yeah.
And when I get back, then, hey, that part of me is down and this part of... But who said that it had to look like a certain thing? I get the structure of life and what's appropriate and what's not.
Yeah.
But I ain't got to be down because I'm growing through a change period. Or, you know, like... just take some rules, for instance. You know, we gonna change the way we do that. Who said it's got to be a fight? Change don't have to be so difficult.
No.
It may look a little scary because what steps am I supposed to take, or what structure am I supposed to have to complete this change? A lot of people ain't talk about that neither. They talk about, you need to change. What do I need to change? You need to change your hair. Well, how do I change my damn hair if I don't even know how to do hair?
Right.
Go get it done. What if I can't afford to get it done?
Right.
But I know it need to change. Is you willing to sit down and tell me how I can go about changing when you advocating that I need to change? Or are you just trying to tell me I need to change? Like, it's some serious steps in that process that people don't know how to take because they don't know where to take them. And so that's defeat, right?
Yeah.
So now we down, now we sad, now we don't want to change. We just gonna stay over here because guess what? This sofa comfortable as hell.
Yeah.
I don't care that it's about to fall through the damn floor. This is what makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm doing because I got to get in my car to go look for another one. I got to find the money. I got to get it here. I got to move it here. That's too many damn steps.
Yeah.
But your shit is falling through, though.
Yeah.
You can feel it falling through. It's like, what you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I see you comfortable there. I'm going to holler at you later. Bye. That's where I'm at. You can be there. I'm going to holler at you later. Bye. Don't call me over there to help pick up your couch because you sat there long enough and I tried to advocate and I tried to help you. I'm going to holler at you later. Bye. But yeah, change rough. It ain't an easy task to do, that's for sure. Not at all. It's needed though.
Absolutely.
All the time.
And what's like one thing, looking back at your life, what's one thing that you are proud about?
I'm telling everybody, like, I'm proud about me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't give accolades to, oh, this person, that person. Like, I've met some dope folks, right? But I'm proud of me. When I go on interviews, people be like, what's your greatest accomplishment? Me.
Mm-hmm.
You know how hard it is to get myself up sometimes and push towards these goals that I've done and push towards stepping out and doing this, or, you know, I had to learn how to ask for help. I had to learn how to receive help. I had to learn to wear many hats and different roles and balance that shit. Mm-hmm. Like, I had to learn who I am, what I like, what I don't like, while maintaining other positions in other areas. And for the most part, I had to do it with a smile on my damn face because why you look so mad? You know what I'm saying? So
I don't see it, though.
Man, look, when I say I'm my greatest accomplishment, and you know, oh, you bougie, you call me whatever the hell you want to call me at this point. I don't give a damn. It used to make me mad. Oh, you so bougie, you so stuck up. You know what? I'm happy for the most part. When life ain't rocking my ass, that's out of my control, you know what I'm saying? I'm a content person. I go where I want to go. I shop where I want to shop. I love how I want to love. I have fun with people that I like having fun with. People in my circle care about me, got my back. I ain't trying to convince nobody else that this is the life for them because this is what makes me me. I have been through a little bit of a lot of stuff in these tender years of my life. And look at me. I don't look like I've been through some of the hell. You know, people, like, I remember some people used to say, oh, you bleach your teeth? My sister told me one time, she's like, my people ask me all the time, do you bleach your teeth? I tell them, yeah. I said, bitch, why you tell people I bleach my teeth? Like, I used to go to work and people would be like, you bleach your teeth? I'd be like, no. You got such pretty teeth. I'd be like, thank you so much. Like, what do you do? I just brush them, dog. Like, on the weekends, I don't. Like people put such a standard of expectation on me. But, like, I'm really proud of me. Because my life ain't just been, like, bougie. It ain't been things that's been given to me.
Right.
Like, I don't have a lifestyle. I work for every damn thing I have. Hard, long. So, yeah, I think I am. Because without me, it's certain things that wouldn't be. You know, my kids wouldn't be.
Right.
You know, some things in my family wouldn't have happened. You know, some people's lives would not have been changed that I've been able to impact. So yeah, I'm my greatest accomplishment, and not because, oh, I got this on the wall or I got this title, I got that, because I'm just a dope ass person.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody tell me they need some help, I'm doing anything I can to help them. Or if somebody asks me for some advice, it ain't what I think you should do, like what you want to do, how you think you're gonna accomplish this, what you willing to give up to do that. Like, I'm the type of person that'll make you think on your own. It ain't about me. And I think when people begin to realize it ain't about them, like you said with this help thing, we begin to come full, because it ain't about how I want to see you thrive. You know, but yeah, I'm dope. Like, I done did a lot. And I'm sure I got a lot more to do. And then I done failed a lot, too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And look at me pick my ass back up. Because I ain't had nobody hot and ready my ass to pick me up. I had to do that myself. I often get, oh, you one of the strongest black women I know. I ain't trying to be. I just don't want to fail. I don't want to look at myself and know that I sat on my ass and rolled over to my hurt like in a feeling type of way. And sometimes that sound good. Sometimes that look good, but in the end of it all, I don't want to look at myself and be like, you know, you could have, but you sat on your ass and complained and you failed. I ain't happy with that. I'm going to get up and go get it done type of person. I ain't nobody that's finna just sit there and accept a no neither. You can tell me no, and somebody else tell me yeah for the same thing I asked for. You was just the wrong person to ask.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I love me. And I really love me at this point because I done lived a little longer to know how to love me too. You know, so I love it. Yeah. How about you?
Oh, shoot. I would say that I love being who I am. I love being comfortable in my own skin. I'm a nerd, like you and everything.
I love it, man.
You know, I really love teaching my people, like, history and stuff. Just everything wasn't what we was taught. And I just take pride in just educating our people and mainly just educating myself because I feel like I can't hold this information to myself. I gotta pass it on and just recognizing the pitfalls of being depressed and being suicidal, being hopeless. Just the fact like I made it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't make it.
That's true.
So I made it, and then I made something of myself.
Right.
And I made a platform, and I made a brand, and I made a movement by myself. And that's just really showcased my genius and my compassion for just men, women, and children. Like, because this is a movement for everyone. And it's just not just like a local thing, but I got people all over the country, man. And it's just the fact, like, I created all this in 3 days, and then I started my first episode, and now I'm at, over 300, including my history segments, but it's been a good ride compared to when I was, like, heading down the road to self-destruction, but now it's self-production, and I'm just really proud and really happy that I had a whole lot of interesting people on the show, and then a lot of interesting people come meet me personally, and we have like strong bonds, and that's what it's really about. Just
that's that relationship right there, because relationship is everything.
Yeah.
And it's with anybody. Anybody that you want to be, giving effort to or just being genuine, like, it's what it is. This is what we got. Like, people spend a lot of time being mad at each other, like, and that's all we got is people. Like, we ain't got nothing else to build relationship with other than each other. You ain't gonna get along with every damn body, and that's cool, but,
right.
So what?
Right.
Who cares?
Exactly.
Like, it's quite a few people that probably don't care. Good.
Right. Facts.
That's great. Like, and no pun, but I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, because please don't let little bitty ass old me stop you from your shine. Because I'm not going to let you stop me from mine.
Right.
I have to live for myself and for my kids. And even with my kids, after they reach a certain plateau of age, I can't live for them no more. So I'm living for me. I got to like me and be comfortable with me and be happy with me and accept me for who I am, my highs and my lows and my in-between, man. So, yeah, it's all about that, knowing yourself and then, building a relationship with people who really want to and not for people who just trying to be trendy, though. I really can't deal with the trend because relationship ain't a trend. Relationship is life,
Absolutely. And I just really enjoyed just this time,
I did too. It was dope, y'all. This the first time I ever really been on Facebook Live. I think I went on Facebook Live like once or twice, like singing a happy birthday to somebody.
Oh.
Because like I'm not a fan of Facebook Live or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like this is really dope. Like even without the live, I would have had this conversation. But like I'm comfortable. You know, I was a little shy, but
I'm shy. Sure, you were natural. You did better than me a couple days ago, but...
No, but I dig it, though, you know?
Yeah.
The dialogue about communication, for me, I've always been the one to dialogue. You know, people like communicate. I'd be like, dialogue. People don't understand dialogue way different from just communicating. Dialogue take you to a whole lot of different avenues that we went.
Yeah.
You know? So I really enjoyed the dialogue myself.
Oh, me too.
Really did.
Would you like to come back sometime?
Oh, yeah, I'll come back, for sure. Yeah, I'm a plethora of information, but I'm always seeking it, too. You know, I always want to learn something so I can say, I know that. Because I often tell people, oh, I know that. And then it'd be like, oh, I didn't know that. But it's like, I learned that, so now it's mine to keep. You know, and that just make me more resourceful because I feel like we're living in times where people need to be resourceful, you know? So I love it, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, because knowledge is the best arsenal.
Knowledge is the best power to have.
Yeah.
That's what people better know. You know, their status can make you look powerful, or your money can make you look powerful, but knowledge is power. People be mad because I ain't no dummy, though. That's why I say, like,
Me either.
I'm a looker, but nah, you ain't just gonna sell me no shit in the bag, buddy. I'm trying to inspect it. I want to know where it came from, what brand and what strand and how long and what's to come and why you want to give that to me. Why you want to give it to nobody else? I'm asking all type of questions.
But yeah, we gonna you know, end this. We've been on here for almost 2 hours.
We did 2 hours.
We did?
Have we?
I think we let me see, let me point it. Oh shoot, a minute 29, 21 seconds.
Oh, we did an hour then.
Yeah, hour 29 seconds.
Oh, well, we did pretty good then.
Yeah, it was bad. It seemed like it was fast, but it wasn't fast. But that's cool though. But yeah, I'm
probably about to be interrogated by my kids.
But yeah, everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we want to thank Miss Brown for coming here. I hope we ain't related, because, you know, my last name Brown, too, so that'd be crazy. But
I don't think so. My Brown's from Denver, Colorado.
Okay. Oh, yeah. My Brown's from Mississippi, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so. But, yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in, and if y'all want to donate to the Cash App, you know, Cash App, and it's in this description box, and just make sure y'all tune in a lot more, and y'all have a good night.
All right, everybody. Peace out.
Peace.